Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku.co daily stock market review for the trading day ending Wednesday, July 13th. Firstly to the S&P 500, and here we see a continuation of the trend to the upside for today. The market making a high and a high low, establishing another new all-time high, 2156. Having said that, however, we haven't seen the same amount of net momentum that we've seen for the past trading day. We see a switch to a black body candle, so net momentum has been minimally favouring the sellers for today's price activity, being a black body candle. But we have seen the buyers still close with control by closing up between the midpoint level and the high, only just slightly above the midpoint level, and this suggests that the buyers have just maintained control of the market at the close of trading, only just. This loss of control from the previous day's trading, where we saw some fairly strong control, does suggest potential for a change of trend, and also the loss of net momentum to the upside suggests that there is potential for a change of trend as well. Now, obviously, what we'll be looking at is confirmation of any change of trend. So looking for a lower high and a lower low. So it makes the low of today's candle at 2146.21 very important. If we do see that trend change, looking to support to come in at the 2134 previous resistance level, or anywhere down through to the 2114 level, and especially down at the Tank and Sen indicator trading at 2113. Now, with that Tank and Sen pointing up very sharply, when markets have very strong momentum, as exhibited by the angle of the Tank and Sen, the Tank and Sen does tend to be a very strong area of support or resistance. So if the market does trade through either of these regions, then we are likely to see the Tank and Sen acting as very solid support. In terms of Ichimoku, a strong bull market in all three timeframes, strongly supported by the Chica span. And just looking at the bands here with the S&P, and the bands becoming wider, reflecting the strong bullish tone that we see in this market at the moment. If we do see a retracement, watching the upper band at 2126 to hold as support. Next to the Dow 30, and Dow 30 has seen a very similar type of candle here. However, the color of the body is white as opposed to black. So net momentum is still to the upside, but it's significantly smaller than the previous day's trading, suggesting that the strong momentum, net momentum between the open and the close that we saw previously is no longer in the market. And this also suggests potential for a change of trend. Having said that, however, the market has been able to establish a new major high at 18,390 and also closing above the 18,351 previous level of resistance. It does suggest that there is some potential for the trend to continue to the upside, but this is very similar to a hanging man type pattern, not copybook, but the implications are the same, and it's all about the loss of the momentum to the upside, or the reduction in the momentum. So looking for confirmation of any change of trend, which would require a lower high and a lower low. Now, if that does occur, potentially strong support at the 18,288 level, or anywhere through from the top of this highlighted zone from about 18,203 down to the 18,103 level. Also, with this market, we have the Tank and Sen pointing up very sharply, reflecting strong upside momentum, trending in all three timeframes. And if any of these levels of support above fail, then the Tank and Sen is likely to hold a strong support at 18,050. Next to the Nasdaq 100, and here we see a very weak market here today, very different than we saw with the Dow and the S&P. The sellers are strongly committed here for today's trading activity, a very large black body candle, suggesting that the selling has been very strong, and that was off the back of the indecisive candle of the previous day's trading. Now, we haven't had technically any change of trend because today's high was above the previous high, but certainly with this being a potential bearish engulfing reversal pattern, it does suggest that we certainly could see that change of trend confirmed for the next day's trading. Importantly, a very small window that was opened up from the prior day's trading has been closed, and it will probably fail to act as an area of support or resistance from now on. And the solid bearish close down below there certainly does suggest that it's going to have minimal impact, especially with it being very small. More importantly, however, was this very much larger window that the market was trading in. We've seen downside price rejection from near the top of the window here again today, and this suggests that the market could continue trading lower. Potentially some support at 45.62. then down at the top of this highlighted zone from 45.52 extending down to support at 45.10, but also another window that was opened up as the market was trading to the upside over the last few days, and this window extends from 4545 down to about 4529, so a very important area of potential support. And looking to the Nasdaq 100 with the bands here, and the market, even though we're seeing the short-term dynamics now favouring the sellers and looking very strong for a potential change of trend, we are still trading above that upper band, highlighting a strong bullish tone in the market. If we do see the market continue to retrace to the downside, then looking to the upper band at 45.13 to hold a support. Next to the Russell 2000, and in the Russell 2000 we see a switch from white body trading to black body trading, suggesting that there has been a shift in net momentum between the open and the close. This does suggest good potential for a change of trend. We've seen formation of an indecisive spinning top type candle here. Technically no change of trend yet. We have an inside day in bar chart terms, but that in itself, the fact that the buyers were unable to take out the previous high, suggests that the buyers are not as strong as they were previously, and we will be looking for confirmation of a change of trend. One thing that might save any change of trend here may be the 1200 round number level of previous resistance, now holding as support for today's candle. If the market is going to change the trend, obviously we need to trade through there, and there is good potential for support to come in at 1191. And if we do trade down through a couple of levels of support, 1182, we'll be looking to the Tenkan-sen at 1170 to hold as very strong support. In terms of Ichimoku, bull market in all three timeframes, supported by the Chica span, and this is suggesting that if we do see any retracement, we may see the buyers come back into the market very strongly off one of these support levels, and then perhaps trade the market back up towards these highs.